Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's the first day of spring here in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, Zone 9B. But technically you could say it's the first day of summer here. Temperature is going to be in the mid 80s, and then in a couple of days it's going to be in the 90s, already 95. So I wanted you just to do an update video here on the trees. This is the pluerry. I don't think it's going to give any fruit this year because it needs a pollinator from the Rosa plum, and the plum is not even waking up yet. So I seen all the bees here, and all the flowers are gone already. I don't think it's gonna fruit. I mean, it's possible, but maybe the tops still have flowers on there. Maybe those can get pollinated. And this was planted April 1st of 23, so just about 2 years old. Nice tree, about 10 feet, maybe a little taller. Beautiful tree. And then here we have the Galaxy Peach, planted about the same time, April of 23. This one you could see is already developing some fruit on there. Probably gonna thin it out. Very nice tree and very delicious fruit. This is a shinseiki Asian pear, barely waking up right now. I mean, it's gonna be like in the 80s already. This is the Royal Crimson Cherry. Second year in the ground. Waking up nicely. This is Cherry of the Rio Grande. Survived last summer, so it's getting some growth on there. See how it does this summer. This is the Lapin's cherry. Still sleeping. I mean, it's alive, but I've scratched it. But still sleeping. We'll see how this does. This was like an experimental tree I planted. I know it's high chill hours, but supposedly someone said it might fruit here. That's my berry patch over there. Blackberry. It's the boysenberry, raspberry, and another blackberry. We'll see what happens with these. This is the capulin cherry. There's some bees on there. In theory, all these are supposed to be full of fruit. Each one of these flowers is supposed to be just full of cherries. But in reality, I think per each one of these, whatever you call these, I get maybe 1 or 2 fruits. But the tree is full of them this year. This is the best I've ever seen. I think this is what, 3rd year that's in the ground. About, there's lots of bees on there. About 12 feet tall. Beautiful tree. I mean, the cherries, they don't taste like real cherries, but they're still something. They're very small. This is the all-in-one almond here. Flowering. See, 2nd year in the ground. Hopefully we'll get something this year. This is the gala apple. I'm not sure about this one, what's going on. As you can see, the tops have leaves, but they've been there through this basically through the winter, I think. But the stems are kind of bare. If anybody has in the comments any ideas what's going on, maybe it's just a late bloomer. These are the grapes. That's the green one, Thompson seedless. So they're coming through. That's the red one. This unfortunately is the Manila mango. I protected it this whole time and I don't know how it still froze. Temperatures were only in the 40s when I stopped protecting it. So I cut it down. I don't know if it's gonna come back, but if it doesn't, I'm just probably gonna take it out. I think I'm done with trees that cannot handle our winters here. I mean, if I have to protect it here, then it's all over. You got the moringa, planted last year. I mean, this thing is already like 20 feet tall. That's the goji berry. I'm not too impressed with this one. I got it in a Home Depot, but I don't know. The fruit is so tiny and we'll see what happens with this one. That's the guamachil. Seems like it's doing pretty well. Haven't had fruit on it yet, but hopefully this year. This one is the, what is it? Murcott mandarin. Haven't had any fruit last year. Let's see what happens this year. 2 years old. This is the Li and Lang jujube. Planted in October of 22. Still basically the same size. I don't know how tall they get, but pretty tall. It's pretty small, but they give lots of fruits, so that's fine. You know, manageable size. This is the Moro blood orange. Not too happy with this tree. Never had any fruit. Basically the same size, and it's already 3 years. If anybody has any comments as well on why this tree is so slow to do anything. I mean, you could see the new growth, but I mean, it's really, really slow. Here we got the Pakistan mulberry. Pretty tall tree, but kind of like stuck in this phase right here. It's not really growing past this. I don't know what's going on with this. We'll see what happens this year. I mean, it's full of fruit, definitely loaded up everywhere. Nice big mulberries on it when they ripen up. That's just a hibiscus. This is the Lisbon lemon. It seems like it's doing something. This is the sunniest part in my yard, so this gets blasted with sun. That's the Meyer lemon. This tree I've been protecting for the past 2 years with shade cloth in the summer, but I'm not sure if I should do it this year as well. I mean, it's already been 2 summers. Probably should be already acclimated. I got maybe 2 dozen lemons on it last year. Pretty productive tree. Still fairly the same size when I bought it, probably maybe a little bit bigger. And lastly, this is the Santa Rosa plum here. As you could see, I mean, it's still sleeping, barely waking up. So because of that, I don't think it pollinated the pluerry. So I don't think I'm gonna get any fruit on the pluerry this year. You could see it's still sleeping. But a nice tree, you know? Okay, this is about it for this side of the yard. Let me take you to the other spot. And here we have the Mineola tangelo. Second year in the ground, looks pretty good. Lots of blooms. Same thing with this one. Very hot part of the yard. And this is the Fremont mandarin. It was protected by the shade cloth last year. This year, I probably just let it go. Lots of new growth here. I'm impressed with them tangelos though. Look very nice. Knock on wood, hopefully they'll do good this year. Okay guys, so I'll do another video maybe in the middle of summer. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Take care.